The PowerPC CPU was a unique CPU variation that was not compatible with the x86 processors. However, it was a unique variation of a CPU type. Developed by IBM, Apple, and Motorola, it was intended to become the next CPU generation. Apple ultimately started using PowerPC CPUs beginning in 1994 with its selected PowerBooks and many other computers by the end of 1995, replacing then the aging 68K line of processors. IBM ultimately did it with their ThinkPad lineups. However, with Windows being x86 only, unique variations of Windows had to be made in order to compete with the PowerPC technology. With this, Windows NT 3.1 was the first Windows OS to be compatible with the PowerPC chip. However, it required its own disk, meaning that an x86 disk variation will not boot in a PowerPC architecture. Windows NT 4.0 was also compatible with PowerPC, including all Macintoshes, macOS, and including the first variations of macOS 10. By the beginning of the 2000s, with 64-bit technology born off the line, the PowerPC would introduce its own 64-bit variation, the G5 processor, which was first introduced with the PowerMac G5 in 2003, becoming the first ever 64-bit computer to roll off to the market. Meanwhile, AMD was also on their fray trying to get a 64-bit architecture installed with the x86 64-bit architecture, which allowed for Windows XP Professional 64-bit edition to roll off the line around that same time. Several video game consoles such as the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and all Nintendo consoles up to the Wii U, including GameCube and the Wii, also used the PowerPC architecture. By 2006, however, Apple was on its way to switching their computers to the Intel architecture, allowing for dual booting between Apple products and Windows OSs. When Leopard was introduced in 2007, it was the very last OS by Apple to come with PowerPC technology. When Soda Leopard was introduced in 2009, it was only compatible with Intel processors, meaning that only computers made from Apple from 2006 would work on the OS. Finally, when Leopard was formally discontinued by the end of 2011, all PowerPC architecture was finally discontinued.